Good morning, all.
Good
Whether
morning,
my
ma'am.
good morning. Whether my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I hope most of you have joined the lecture. We'll start it, right? So yesterday, whatever concept we have seen. So first, within 5 minutes, I'll just revise that. If anybody is having any question, please let me know. So yesterday we have seen some of the basic parts related with the data communication. So basically data communication is nothing but sending and receiving data or transmission of the data between the two nodes. That is the basic definition. Then we have seen this communication model. Then we have seen the role of every term within this, where data is transmitted or it is get converted in 10 format. From this 10, the signal is get generated for a particular data, and by using transmission medium either wired or wireless, again at the receiver side signal is get generated and receiver decodes that data, and finally receiver is getting the data. So that we have seen yesterday. Then next, these are some key points of the model that already we have seen. Then we have seen the what is mean by the computer network. So whenever there are number of computers are grouped together and which forms or they communicate with each other, or they share some resources, files, data, or the application, then it is called as a computer network. There are some parts: LAN, MAN, WAN, and PAN. These are the four types of the computer network. So LAN is used, it stands for local area network, and when the area is restricted or limited, we are using the LAN. Then MAN, when number of LANs are getting connected with each other, then MAN network is formed, and MAN is used, or it stands for metropolitan area network, and it is quite larger than the line. Then we have seen the concept of a WAN, which is nothing but the wide area network. So WAN is basically used if we want to share the area such as states or the countries. So then WAN is being used. One more type of network is there, which is nothing but the personal area network. So personal area, whenever personal devices of a user are get connected with each other, then the network form that is called as a personal area network. So these are the four types of the network we have seen. Then we have seen data transmission. So data transmission is nothing but transmitting digital or analog data over communication medium to one or more devices. So it can be either point to point or multi point. If it is point to point, it means that there are exactly two nodes are available, and multi point means one sender and number of receivers can be there. If it is only two users or sender and receiver, it means that the whole capacity of this medium or the link is dedicated to these two nodes only. But exactly reverse in the multi-point, this capacity of the link is divided among all the users. So that is the difference between point to point and multi-point communication. Then we have seen the concept of a signal. So signal is nothing but, as I told you, no data is directly sent as it is in the format of 10 through wire or wireless. We need to create a signal for a particular data. So whenever data is generated, for that data signal is get generated. So these are the two types of the signal: analog and digital. Analog signal is always in a continuous waveform, and digital signal is in the discrete waveform, or we can say digital data is represented by using digital signal, which is 1010, which is in the format 1010 or binary. So that again we have seen. Then we have seen the concept of the transmission medium. So medium in the sense through which we are sending the data. So it can be a guided or unguided transmission media. Guided means where the path of sending data is fixed, so data is sent through the decided path only, and unguided means the data means path of the data sending is not fixed. It can be sent through, or it can decide, or data can decide itself its own path. So that is nothing but the unguided media. So we have to see, or we have seen these three types of the pair, cables, which are nothing but the twisted pair, then coaxial, and last one is the optical fiber cable. So these three cables we have seen. Just a minute.